Mr. Speaker, members of Congress, the Senate, and the House of Representatives, pursuant to the requirements of the Constitution and the laws of the United States, have met in joint session for the purpose of opening the certificates and ascertaining and counting the votes of the electors of the several states for President and Vice President. For what purpose does the gentleman from Florida, Mr. Deutsch, arise?
To make a point of order.
Gentleman with status.
Mr. President, we have just completed the closest election in American history. There are at least a dozen.
The chair is advised by the parliamentarian that under Section 18 of Title III United States Code, no debate is allowed in the joint session. The gentleman has a point of order. Please state the point of order.
Mr. President, there are many Americans who still believe that the results we are going to certify today are illegitimate.
The gentleman will suspend. If the gentleman from Florida has a point of order, he may state the point of order at this time. Otherwise, the gentleman will suspend.
I will note the absence of quorum and respect to requests that would delay the proceedings until quorum is present.
The chair rules on the advice of the parliamentarian that the point of order that a quorum is not present is subject to the requirement that it be in writing and signed by both a member of the House of Representatives and a senator. Is the point of order in writing and signed not only by a member of the House of Representatives but also a senator?
It is in writing, but I do not have a senator.
The point of order may not be received. Is there objection?
I must object because of the overwhelming evidence of official misconduct. Mr. President, the objection is in writing, signed by a number of members of the House of Representatives, but not by a member of the Senate. Thank you, Mr. President.
I have an objection. A senator is needed, but missing.
Mr. President, I stand for the purpose of objecting to the counting of the vote from the state of Florida as read.
Is the objection signed by a member of the Senate?
Not signed by a member of the Senate. The Senate is missing.
A. On the basis previously stated.
I rise on behalf of the Congressional Black Caucus to object to the 25 electoral votes from Florida. But we do not have a senator.
Is the point of order signed by a senator?
It is not signed by a senator, Mr. President.
Mr. President, I have an objection.
Is the objection in writing and signed by a member of the House of Representatives and a senator?
Mr. President, thank you for your inquiry. It is in writing. It is signed by myself on behalf of my diverse constituents and the millions of Americans who have been disenfranchised by Florida's inaccurate vote count, along with my House colleagues, Mr. President.
Is the objection signed by a senator?
Mr. President, I do not have a senator who has signed this objection.
I don't care that it is not signed by a member of the Senate.
The chair will advise that the rules do care, and the signature of the senator. The signature of a senator is required. A. On the basis previously stated.
Is it, Mr. President, is it possible to ask at this hour for a Democratic senator to sign one of these Democratic objections by unanimous consent? Is that within the House rules?
The chair. Hey. On the basis previously stated. The chair will advise the gentleman from Illinois that any member of either chamber may do as he or she wishes so long as it is within the rules of the joint session and the rules of each chamber. So
Mr. President,
do as you will as long as it doesn't violate the rules. But the chair will not entertain debate because that is a violation of the rules of the joint session. If there is no further objection, the chair hands to the tellers the certificate of the electors for president and vice president of the state of Georgia. And they will read the certificate and will count and make a list of the votes cast by that state.